everybody! It's me! Not Puppetine. It's the humans.
Run for your lives! No.
And yes, and the guy turned his camera off. It's still smoking. He just hasn't animated smoking.
No, you've just already embarrassed me.
Oh, embarrassed?
That sounds
You
about
stream
right.
with frogs. I don't stream with frogs, so I mean, obviously you can't be too embarrassed. But anyway, we're here to talk about the books that came out this week, and then talk about some back issues we may have picked up in our halls as well.
There he goes, right out the gate.
Jeez, man.
Whoa!
Jason Aaron's favorite issue of Sensational She-Hulk.
I was about to say that's a prophetic issue. Way back then, John Byrne knew.
Byrne was gone by then.
Oh, okay, well, whoever succeeded, Byrne knew.
So I'm gonna start first a little bit. I'm just gonna go through my new books. I only have a few, and I'm gonna go least favorite to favorite. And then if you have any questions, I mean, I'm not gonna do. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but
and also people in the chat while he's doing that, if you got books, tell us what you got and if you like it or not. Let's have a group discussion.
Yes.
So, anyway, now that I've done it.
All right, I'm gonna start with my first book here, and this is a book I'm gonna be dropping because holy crap, is it not what it's supposed to be? This is Red Sonja, and it's basically a nice cover and all. Michael Windsor.
I do like the cover.
And the only thing that sucks about this for issue 7 is it's proven to me that the woman writing for this, her name is Mirka Andolfo. Apparently, it's her second time writing Red Sonja. I'm scared to go back and see what she wrote the first time she wrote this character, because she's got Red Sonja, a traveling little girl who keeps calling her mom. The 7th issue, and Red Sonja gets captured, and the little girl saves her. Red Sonja, a she-devil with a sword, has to be rescued by, a 7-year-old or 9-year-old? It's hard to tell what her age is, but holy crap. Yeah, not enjoying this. I gave it a shot. I've 7 issues. That's more than anybody would get. But yeah, I'm gonna be getting rid of this. Red Sonja books on sale.
Right, yeah. Good luck. Yeah, people watching this look, I don't want that. I saw that on one of those videos.
This is a book that Zach also got too, I believe. This is part 4.
That's the one.
Teen Titans, and I gotta say it's doesn't feel like a Teen Titans book. It feels more like we got kids and they're the main focus.
Have you been reading Teen Titans Academy?
I know it's called Academy, but it's like
okay.
I'm not on Read Academy at all because I prefer not to.
Good man. Yeah.
Read books that are written by bad people. Can't write.
I didn't know about this guy when the series first came out. He wrote a bunch of DC cartoons, so I was like, oh, maybe he knows some.
Tim Sheridan. Tim Sheridan, yes.
Yeah, that's.
It's continuing the war for Earth 3, and yeah, it's Wally's in here, and it just doesn't feel like anybody's really written in character. It just feels really, really bad dialogue. I mean, wow, I just no. I only picked up because it's a crossover, because I was going to have Wally West in there along with the Suicide Squad. Nope, done. So I give it out of 5 being the best. I give it about a 3. It's average too,
Yeah, it is pretty average. Sadly, it's on the high end as far as the entire run goes.
As we get to my next book here. This is a book that actually Skip likes. It's by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo teaming up together. We Have Demons. Very fun book. It's I guess it's a thicker book, maybe prestige.
It does look, yeah. Wow. How many pages thicker. Is that? Do you know?
Offhand, I'd have to take it out. The only reason I didn't tape it, I didn't want to lose an E.
I bet you I can find out. Hang on.
$6 book though, but I mean, I like them on this, and obviously they don't put the page numbers on here. But what's great about this, he actually has like the notes from him and like the transcripts and all that stuff behind it.
Oh, nice.
Like how he worked out storyboards.
It's 32 pages, so
yeah.
I don't think that's super abnormal, but
you're getting cool art.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so like, it's a back cover too, and all. It's nice, but like I said,
Nice.
it's a comicsology, started out in comicsology. They already have 3 issues. So coming on to now being physical print, I can actually like have a physical copy. I've read the digital ones, and it started off different. And then the ending is not what I thought it was going to be, and unlike the Batman New 52, turned out to be an actual decent story at the end. So remember, it's only the beginning though, so I have only read the first 2 issues. I guess there's 3 out in digital.
Yeah.
But all right, almost there. Going on to Detective Comics, a new one here.
You got the cowl. Oh, that's a cool one.
Well, the main cover, it looked Batman covered in brown stuff, so it didn't really look too enticing. But I really enjoyed this issue. Ended the Arkham Tower thing, and wrapped it up nice and neatly. And yeah, I mean, it's gonna lead into going into the next crossover now with the DC Shadow War with a Deathstroke. All right.
I know a little something about that.
And as we're getting to my last 2 new books of the week, I didn't know which one to choose because they're both pretty damn good. So with you, this is second to least, or second most favorite. This series was actually pretty cool, and still has some humor in it. And now people are telling me that these are given like the soft recon or retcons. I'm not really seeing that with the symbiote Crossroads by Peter David. Michelin, as I hear it, Michelini or Michelin, or what you're going to call him, Michelin, I don't care. Did a good job on this. Artist is Fiorelli. It just felt like, you get the sense where he's like, he still hates Spider-Man, which is really cool back in that series. He's like I said, he's not afraid to murder people if he has to. So he's still a villain in this, which is really cool. And the one of the characters they brought in here back in here was Humbug.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen him in a while, so
yeah,
really recommend pick it up if you haven't. But my favorite book of the week though, it's got to be this, Ben Reilly, Spider-Man number 3.
Oh, you got the cool cover.
Yeah, paid a little bit more for this, but well worth it. Just love seeing all the villains coming back, especially at the end when you find out who or what it is. It's basically been messing with his head this whole entire time. It's for a certain character back from that time period. Mm-hmm. So yeah, definitely check this out if you haven't too. I think it's only limited to like 6 or 7 issues. Not sure how many, but definitely check it out.
Series, yeah.
So I mean, and this is another one of those books where it's taking place back in the 90s. Yeah, it's not, and that's not. I don't agree with anybody for saying it's a retcon. It's not doing anything. It's just creating stories back then that don't change anything.
It's more of a revisit. I
think basically that's what it is. Callback.
A revisit, yeah.
Just like that Punisher book back there. He's put away.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Classic Punisher, but
blink and you miss it.
So that's my new books of the week. So Zach, I think you have some new books.
Yeah, I got a couple. So like I said Tuesday, I've kind of been trimming down my list, cut out a bunch of miniseries. That's why I don't have Ben Reilly this week. It's also, I didn't go for the Rogues Black Label magazine, which is a magazine. It's pretty big.
Oh, but it is a good story though.
It is a good story. I've heard it's a good story. I'll probably wait for a collection to come out. Same thing with Ben Reilly probably. But I did get 2. I did get 2 books. The first one I got, I'll put this one up first since we talked about it. I did get Teen Titans Academy. Now, unlike Vinkman, I have been reading this, sadly, since issue number 1. Yeah, I'm a glutton for punishment. Yeah, this is sad to say, this is actually probably one of the better issues. Because like you say, it's Academy, so it's the original Teen Titans teaching the new younger heroes, and the new younger heroes are all obnoxious little snots. It's terrible. They think they know better than the original Titans. It's awful. So this is actually one of the better ones because there is a lot. There's a lot. There's more than average panels with the original team on there, and you have like all of them. You have Roy's in here now. Garth Aqualad, he's in here, although they kind of make him a joke. He's like the lunch lady type person at the school. It's a little weird.
That is, I gotta say, that's when I was reading though. That was the one weird thing is seeing Arsenal back. It's just
Arsenal,
like,
I told you Arsenal is back because I've been reading this. That's how I knew he was back.
but my
It
question
is funny because he makes a joke about people coming back from the dead, and people look at him like he's crazy. It's like what? But yeah, I mean the art is still good. As far as the story goes with War for Earth 3, it is kind of an out of nowhere. Like, why would this character decide to do this? It's not terrible. I think it's not as good as the Flash issue from last week. Obviously, it's not Jeremy Adams, but
and that's what really killed it for me for that book, because reading the other two parts before this, Jeremy Adams just writing and how he handles
he only wrote the Flash. He didn't write the Suicide Squad one.
No, I know he said. I'm saying he wrote that his one issue stands out over the other ones.
Oh, well, with the Flash, I've been reading the Flash. I haven't been reading the new Suicide Squad, so I don't know how to compare it to those. It was all right.
Well, I'm just saying when you got to the part 3 with the Flash, Jeremy Adams writing, it seemed much more engaging.
This is not an event this is not Crisis. Obviously, this is not Civil War.
This is like
a Saturday morning cartoon event.
I feel like
it's not a huge event. It's not something that's going to be revealed or revered for years. It is kind of fun though, and the art is good enough. I do like the art. I do think it's funny that in a bunch of DC panels and stuff we've been seeing, oh, they weren't going to do the 5G or the infinite future state is what it was. There was a panel with Batman on a chalkboard that said no future state or no 5G. Raven in here had some kind of prophecy or premonition about 5G. Oh, no, it's not happening. And yet we see them doing the things that are clearly driven to future state.
And that's the thing with that's another thing that really bothered me with that issue is that it feels like they're just going to go with 5G for those characters. In 5G, for those who remember, Teen Titans, they had Cyborg and Beast Boy sharing a body.
Yeah.
It was the most horrendous thing I've ever seen.
This ends in 15. This ends at issue 15. It's getting canceled after 15.
Thank God.
So I would rather not see Tim Sheridan write the Teen Titans Academy anymore. I would rather just see my original team, because this has all the original Teen Titans.
That's the thing too.
You've got Donna, you've got Roy, you've got all of them in here. Even Wally and Nightwing and all them. But
I would recommend reading Titans United over this.
Titans United is good. This does have some characters that Titans United doesn't have. Titans United doesn't have Wally. It doesn't have the Flash.
It doesn't have Wally, but it has Superboy. It has Red Hood in there. It also has Hawk and Dove.
I don't care for Hawk and Dove.
Oh, you are a horrible person here.
I know. But anyway, so that's the first book I got, and then this is the second new one that I got today or yesterday. This is the new Robin from Josh Williamson.
Nice.
Pretty good issue. It's written by Williamson, so it's a solid book. Art is good. The artist Cruz is his last name. I forget his first name. He reminds me a lot of Todd Knock, actually. Maybe it's just because I've been seeing a lot of his covers. But Roger Cruz, the art's good. What this is really just a placeholder issue. It's right between the Lazarus Island tournament story that's been going on for the last 11 issues. It's right between that and, of course, like you said, the Shadow War that's coming. The ending of this does lead into Shadow War. You find out some stuff that's going on between Talia al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul, and it leads right into Shadow War.
Mm-hmm.
But there is some interesting stuff in here as a an in-between issue. There is some character growth you see with Damian. I remember the first issue. It might have been the first or the second issue of Rob. I need to go back and reread. But there was he was obviously dealing with a lot of trauma and guilt because of Alfred dying. This addresses how much I think he's come since then as far as dealing with that grief and trauma. Really, really good stuff. I enjoyed it. As a kind of, it doesn't belong to either storyline.
I read the first issue and I think of the first two issues of that, and they're just fighting on an island. The winner gets control of the Lazarus pits.
Yeah, the Lazarus Island. Yeah, right. Yeah, so it was kind of fun. It's like a little Mortal Kombat type story. It's like a fighting tournament.
Sounds like Dead or Alive.
And Connor Hawk was in there. No, it sounds like Mortal Kombat. What are you talking about? But yeah, those were the only two new issues. I didn't see any Deathstroke Incorporated. Otherwise, I might have gotten Deathstroke Incorporated. But yeah, I cut Human Target I was, after what I saw, I wasn't about to get another Human Target Tom King book. I actually did the opposite, and as a middle finger to Tom King, I decided to go dig in my 50-cent boxes, and I think we're going to transition to the back issue, unless we have some, unless Breen's got some new books.
Yeah, I was saying we don't want to skip Breen. Breen, you got some issues you want to show?
Yeah.
When he unmutes himself?
You're on mute. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot. Good. No, go ahead. I just have the one thing anyway, so
okay.
All right.
I'll just continue diligently working here.
Yeah,
I know, but I kind of want to full screen because he's got some great books he's showing up as he's packaging them away.
I know. That's like, why am I on here? I'm showing stuff that you could easily go see on like League of Comic Geeks, but yeah, no, I decided to go digging in. I found this is issue number 8. Found it for 50 cents. This is where they're moving into the embassy.
I almost grabbed that the other day,
so,
but mine was $1.
I got was this issue number 11. I do this thing. I use the same bag for 2 books. I just double slide them.
I don't like that.
Some people don't. It saves me on bags and boards.
Metarog does that.
Okay, so I'm not alone.
Doesn't that make it tighter in the bag though?
Not really.
Stretch you're okay.
Not really. I mean, a lot of these bags are already worn pretty much anyway.
I know, but the way I look at it is like some of the bags I have boards that are in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's tight. So when it comes to putting some of the backs up, you
plus I mean the books are also smaller. Like you can see.
There's like Silver Age bags.
Maybe.
That's what it looks like.
This might be a newer bag. Yeah, it might be a modern size bag. And a Silver Age.
Okay.
Yeah, so that might attribute to it as well.
The Silver Age boards are bigger than the
bottom. Yeah. And then I also found some old JSA, a couple of JSA. This is from, I think it's the last story before the big Jeff Johns volume 3. It's with that Gentleman Ghost where he comes in.
Oh, that's right. PG and her side cowl cape thing. I don't like that.
I kind of liked it. I kind of dug it. The asymmetrical cape.
Yeah.
And last thing I picked up, in keeping with the JSA and a lot of those characters, I did find some 50 cents, some Earth 2. This is the Tower of Fate, Dr. Fate's appearance in the Earth 2. This is the James Robinson. Yeah, James Robinson, Nicholas Scott. Found a few other ones in there. Trying to build up my collection. I do like the redesign on some of these costumes. Like I like the future, the modern Jay Garrett.
Yeah.
You can't beat the classic, but I do like the creativeness of it all. Got some Earth 2 Society with Steel and Power Girl up there, or Supergirl. I guess she's wearing the S, but we all know it's Power Girl. So yeah, and these are the Dan Abnett run. So
nice,
good stuff there. So yeah, some really cool stuff in those 50-cent boxes if you take time. There was like a lot of Alpha Flight in there. I think I saw a couple of Shadow Pack books. I'm definitely gonna go back and hit those 50-cent boxes up later. So
all right,
but yeah,
I got a few, and it's just because you said that you don't like these characters, really ticks me off,
We can't all have the same favorites.
Started filling in more of my run. This is issue number 3 I picked up today.
Okay.
Or not today, but yesterday. All right, and then I got issue number 6. So
nice. 1,000 Nights in Paris.
Yep. And then issue number 16. So
very cool.
That.
Awesome, man.
And I got a couple more.
I saw some of what you got with the back issues.
Yeah.
I saw some of what you got. You had a much busier day yesterday than I did.
Yeah, I got a.
Now, did you go digging for these, or are these up like on display on the wall and everything?
For books. So these are books I bought yesterday. I haven't taken any from storage yet.
Zach hates birds. That's not true. I love chicken and turkey.
And then I said I was filling in some stuff, grabbing stuff that I didn't have. So I got issue number 6, Whisper. Actually, no, it is number 6. Yeah.
Okay.
So just filling in some stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? Oh, this is kind of cool. I found something I found there.
Oh, Breen, don't tease me. Don't do that as Venkman pulls out the Justice Society.
I like Venkman's better.
I don't
Yeah.
know. It's a toss up for me. I can't pick.
It's argued because it's funny because this comes down. It's one of those controversial issues. Is this her first appearance, or is her first appearance in the other book that came out the same day?
No, the first Power Girls, All-Star Comics 58.
Or not Power Girl.
Not Power Girl. He's talking about
Huntress?
Helena Wayne.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What issue is that?
This is issue number 68.
Is she in that one? I thought she didn't show up till 69.
69.
No. Helena, it's supposed to be Helena's first appearance, I guess, was in this. The second appearance of the Huntress.
First appearance.
But yeah, found that book. It was kind of nice. Yeah. Then I saw that they had some trades at the store. I was like, this is where my money just started falling out of the wallet onto the register, and I screamed in horror.
Was it crying as it fell, as the dollars fell out?
Yes.
No.
Because the symbiotes. I saw this.
Oh wow.
This is volume 1. And it collects Amazing Spider-Man 361 through 363, 378, 370, Web of Spider-Man 101 through 103, Spider-Man 35, 37, Spectacular Spider-Man 201 through 203, and then material from Spider-Man Unlimited 1 and 2, and Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 28.
Look at that. You got McFarlane, DeMatteis.
Yeah. Vic, did you look through that book? I don't mean to interrupt. Because the first appearance was issue 68, but it was from the Golden Age in 57. DC Superstars 17 and All-Star Comics 69 came out like within a week of each other. So she's not in that one.
But I thought maybe you're right. Yeah, because I looked it up on my comic shop. My comic shop, it said that's what it was.
You probably saw the one. It says here. Let's see. Sensation Comics issue 68 was her first appearance. 1947.
Of Helena Wayne?
No, just Huntress.
First, I was talking about Helena Wayne.
First, Helena Wayne is DC Superstar 17 and All-Star Comics 69.
Is Huntress?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I'll look it up again. Because
now I can show She-Hulk.
There you go. Yeah, show that again. That's the I know that's the reference. That's the homage to, I think it was Demi Moore. I think it was. Yep.
And that cover has been recreated many times by models.
And as they say, there will be more.
Bless you, Green.
All right, I do got a few more. Like I said, I said, other than this one, this is really cool. So this was actually going to throw this up in the auction.
That's Mark Bagley's art, I bet.
Mark Bagley's in here. It's also got
I thought it was McFarlane at first, but as I look at it more and more,
Bagley,
Bagley.
There's a few other people here too as well. But like I said, I just love the art and stuff.
That's awesome. 90s. Was that Cloak and Dagger?
Cloak and Dagger are part of the because it has part of the Maximum.
You like Hawk and Dove. I like Cloak and Dagger. That's my duo super team that I like.
Well, Dagger.
Yeah.
I like them both. What do you except for the Freeform show?
And then you get Tom McFarlane art here too as well. So
was not a fan of the Freeform.
Yeah, Batman the Long Halloween, 1 in a row.
Hello. Yeah. Is that new?
Yeah, it just came out.
Oh wow.
Well, it's not new. I mean, the book is new.
Okay.
As far as coming out in her hardcover.
Gotcha.
This is from 2005 though.
Oh, okay.
So they're releasing it, and then I have the other one. I actually found the collection.
Oh, that thing is thick. I just saw the binder, the side with the binder.
Yeah. This is awesome.
Wow.
You don't know what this is?
Batman.
This is the Long Halloween in here.
Oh, wow.
It's got Batman Year One and Dark, and then it's got Batman Ego and Other Tales by Darwin Cook.
Oh, wow.
That's what I was looking at. Yeah. So basically, the release date says in the back, it says, rediscover the classic stories that inspired the Batman. movie.
Well, yeah. I mean, as you can watch it, you can definitely. I picked up on that watching the movie. It's like you could tell parts of it are inspired by like the Long Halloween.
This was I don't have any of these books at all.
Mm-hmm.
I take it back. I do have the Batman Year one, but only because I have a Walmart DVD combo. But I never bought the Long Halloween, and I've never read the Ego and Other Tales stuff by Darwin Cook. So, and the fact that I believe they're all hardcover. I'm not sure.
Very cool.
Well, I'm not sure, but $63. That's for all these together. So yeah,
Nice.
that's I was like, oh man, that's kind of cool, and I thought like, if I can read it and then I can hit people with it too. Trying to steal my stuff. So
right.
All right. So that's
if you can throw it and do somebody damage with it. I think it's a weapon.
I would never legally do that or say that I did it at all.
Oh, of course not. No. Perish the thought. We would never.
So I'm not sure if Skip is here yet. I know he's muted, but Brina, I guess we'll just throw you on full screen for like the next 20 minutes. You can just show off the books you're doing. I think he said yes. I can't tell. He's muted.
I think he said yes.
I'm pretty sure I said no.
Oh, it sounded like yes.
But I'm actually gonna crack that book. Let's see what's all in there.
So yeah, and like I said, if you're catching this on the replay and you want to show off or tell us what you got, if you're liking it, if you're not liking it, go ahead and leave a comment. Let us know. Did you get Deathstroke Incorporated? Are you one of the few people that's reading and liking Red Sonja? Tell us if you like it and tick Venkman off. He will come after you. Be like, no, it's terrible. No, I'm just kidding. But
like I said, if someone else likes the books that I don't like, that's more power to them. They're actually getting what they paid for.
Absolutely, yeah. And like I was saying, I don't like The Human Target. I was giving it a try the last 4 or 5 issues, and this last one broke the camel's back. But hey, if you're if you're reading it and you're liking it,
I take it back. These are all softcover.
Oh, they are. They're paperback.
Still not bad though. That's still nice. So that's it. So.
Very cool. Very cool.
It says a dark knight pitted against his most terrifying enemy, himself, and then it has a feline fatale, or fatale is scoring the perfect crime until all goes wrong. An acclaimed comics creator at the top of his game.
Darwin Cook, man, I tell you, the dude can draw, or he could. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
I do love his art.
I've seen the Year One stuff, so.
Nice. Okay.
I'm not sure if these are already released in this format like this, or different colors, or if these were just special for this collection. The Long Halloween. It's a thick book, man.
As read on the Geeky Puppet Show.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of nice, and like I said, and you can read along with it. So pretty cool. I figure I might as well buy trades of books I don't have.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's like when I was giving up my a whole bunch of my mini series that I was reading. If that was my thinking, is like I'll just wait for the trades. There are a few mini series that I might make the exception for. I may very well make the exception for that Jurassic League, Justice League Dinosaur mini series. I might, just because that looks like fun. But most other miniseries, like the Ben Reilly one, I'll probably just wait for the trade to come out on that. Yeah, it's just Blue and Gold is almost done, so I'll go ahead and finish that up. But yeah, most of the other miniseries, it's just not high enough on my radar to justify spending the money on it. Especially if there's like a 50, I can go pick up like 6 or 8 50-cent issues for the price of one new miniseries book. So, but yeah, I like that Superman cover you have behind you too. Is that the Byrne or Perez? Yep. That's awesome.
Well, that sucked.
What's that?
The first issue that's not mint, number 40.
Ooh.
225 in mint.
Oh, wow.
I put 28 on it.
All right.
Wow. Is that She-Hulk?
Yeah, water
Wow.
damaged.
Oh.
Ooh.
And he didn't buy it because it was cheaper. I mean, he bought it when it was $1 book. Yeah. Oh, that is buzzard luck.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
we showed off our books. I know. Breen's been showing off.
I'm depressed now.
I'm sorry. I should not.
Skip, I know you got some few books this week. As he fooled around with his camera.
Let him play around with the camera.
It's more entertaining than us. He's got the graphics.
Yeah, I got a few. Are y'all able to hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Loud and clear.
Thank you, Twin. I'm going to start off with actually some of Bankman's books that I'm sure he'll probably show off to people again at another time.
Right.
The $4 books in mint.
You said $4 books. Oh.
I just came across a $225 She-Hulk, but it was water damaged, which took about $200 off its value. But the cheap book underneath, it's in perfect shape.
Oh, of all the luck.
Well, I've had real good luck with this stuff, so I can't complain. I mean, two perfect Ultimate Fallout number 4s. Man, can't do too much complaining.
No, you can't. Goodness gracious.
Not going to stop me, mind you, but
You wouldn't be you if you let it stop you.
you got that right.
This is true. This is very factual. All right. I will start off. Okay, I'm gonna start off at the bottom and go to the top. After this issue, am no longer reading this series. The only reason I was reading it to begin with is because Greg Smallwood is incredible. Mm-hmm. You already know what series it is now.
Oh,
and a good online comics community friend, Ben, aka Bunkmaster B from the K Squad from BJ Kicks community. He and I were reading it together because he loves Tom King and I can't stand Tom King. And he was fine with me talking to him about it and disagreeing on things. And it's been fun. So I got Human Target number 6. I got the Jorge Fournier's cover, variant cover.
Nice.
And I like the art. The art on this series has been probably the best thing about it. I've been loving the art style. Greg Smallwood, like you said, is fantastic.
Yeah, Greg Smallwood is incredible. His art is always a joy. For people that haven't, I'm sure most of us have, but with the excitement of the Moon Knight television show coming, if you have not read the Moon Knight series that Jeff Lemire and Greg Smallwood did together, go check that out. Especially if you have been reading some Human Target and you like what he's done in there. I feel like what he did with Jeff Lemire and that Moon Knight was even better. And they're adapting quite a bit of that story and some of the elements of that story into the television show. So check that out.
Did not know that. Good to know.
Yeah. And it's a quick read too. Like it flows really well. It's not laborious. It's not overly dialogue. It's like a nice smooth. You'll finish it in, probably 40-45 minutes. All right. Next, Hotel issue 5, John Lee's Dalibor Talajic or Tilajic, I believe is how you may say his name. Lee Lilridge on color. I've been really enjoying Lee Lilridge. I didn't know that he was a friend of a friend, so that was a cool little connection. But I did not get to finish all of Hotel season 1, and I have the trade on the way, so I can fill in the gaps from that. I knew it was anthology, and I had 3 and 4, and then I started on season 2. But it's not a book that'll like blow your socks off or anything. But what's cool is it's horror, it's anthology. It's like a hotel out in the middle of nowhere. I think if I remember, it is off of Route 66 in the book, so it's got that whole lore going on. But you check into the hotel, and if you do check out, you're not the same.
I was gonna say, is it like Hotel California? You can check in, but you can never leave.
And off of Route 66, I think that is a little. And you know what, twin? That's why we're twins, because I needed you to put that together for me. I never even thought about it and the theme of it possibly being the Hotel California. Now, the interesting thing, let's go deeper on that, twin. Now, Hotel California, so many people said that it's a metaphor for like hell.
Mhm.
And if
Yeah.
you look at the name of the series, it's called Hotel.
Oh
but
yeah.
the sign, yeah.
They got some letters. Oh yeah. Oh, I
You
like
can check
that.
in, but you can't check out.
Yeah.
There you go. Exactly, R.D.V.
I
So
dig that. This is
Mhm.
season 2, so this is like the second volume of it.
yeah, and there was only, if I remember, there was only 4 issues in the first one, and this one is
Yeah.
only up to issue 4.
Okay.
And what's nice about it, since it is, even though it's anthology, similar to Ice Cream Man, I like the themes that there is lore and there is continuity. So other characters show up. The person, the bellhop who checks you in, is like the main person. So there's that continuity going on as he's kind of narrating, as things happen to people that come to his hotel. It's very interesting. The art is very serviceable. Breen probably knows this artist from many things, but Breen and I were talking about Casual Fling, which is also from AWA Upshot. So it's the same artist, but I enjoy the art. I enjoy the creative ideas of how people get tormented in here. So it's a very fun and interesting book if you're looking for that type of thing.
Awesome.
Next, we are going to go with Department of Truth. This is issue 17. This is the main artist's cover, who is Martin Simons. So this is the Martin Simons cover. But Martin Simons didn't do the issue. They're in this series right now where they're leaving the current storyline and they're going back and filling in some gaps, showing you how some of the people that you've been following, how they got there inside of the Department of Truth and some of the things they've been doing inside of it. Jorge Fornes was the guest artist for this. So I got 2 Jorge Fornes covers this week. I got this one, which I really enjoy. And I got that one. This issue is about, or it covers a lot about the moon landing and they're, dealing with, that whole thing. Was it real? Was it not real? How did they fake it? If they did fake it, do people really believe in it? Because that's one of the big parts about Department of Truth. Theories and things in the world manifest based off of the more people that believe in them. And if the Department of Truth, this clandestine government agency, if they don't want people to believe in it and they don't want these things to proliferate, they go and they take those people involved in that stuff out. Okay. Been very interesting. I'm not a big James Tynion fan, but Nalo got me on this book. I've been into conspiracy theories for like half my life now. And I just thought it was really interesting how they explore conspiracy theories. And it's cool, some of the things that I'd studied like 10 years ago, for them to pop back up in this interesting way. So pretty good. Martin Simon's art, though, is incredible. And all of the guest artists have been knocking it out of the park. So that was 3 books. So I'm down to book number 2. Book number 2 is not a current issue, but they're very hard to. It's a current series. It's not a current issue. Very hard to find, though. But I've only seen 2. One of them was like $100 in this shop that's kind of more in the Richie part of town, and I was like, maybe when I get my taxes back, I'll grab that one. But I was able to find The Furthest Place from Here, issue 2, that came with the vinyl record. Of some covers of some songs, because this story very much deals with albums and records and media as a way to kind of like remember things, almost like, I mean, they are effectively like a form of memory, that they keep a record as our brains keep a record medium. It's literally called a record, right? So I got volume 2, issue 2, and this is the cover for it, because all the there's no adults in this world. It's only like people 18 and under, basically. You don't know why yet, but when you're not supposed to leave your family grounds, but they did. And the place that they went, they lived in a record store. The place that they went to was like a supermarket. And it's so creepy how like all the kids in there, they don't talk about normal things. They were just trying to sell you on stuff. And it was cool. They did the little shopping bag, like, hope you come back. So that was my number 2. If you want to see the record a little closer, I don't know if I'm going to pop the seal. I got my vinyl player next to me here. I don't know if I'm going to pop the seal on it, but I do have the digital download, and it's just covers of songs. It's not original music. So
yeah,
I'm excited to hear what it sounds like. But I hear how people talk about Matthew Rosenberg for some of the main 2 things that he does. But if you love character driven stuff and you just love like, if you look, I mean, a lot of us, we like one character driven story or another. He does so well. He did everything that Bendis like taught people or showed people earlier on, he takes that, but he does it well. So him and Tyler Boss's art together are an incredible combo. 4 Kids Walk Into a Bank was great, and What's the Further Place from Here continues to be a really interesting book.
Awesome.
Very cool.
And for my number 1 book, I have been waiting for this series for a long time. East of West ended, and a little piece of my heart went with it. It was announced at the end of issue 45, the last issue, that there was going to be this book called Trapped, written and illustrated by Nick Dragata, and that book didn't come out. And I kept poking him because he's a buddy of mine. I'm like, hey man, when's it coming out? When's it coming out? And it didn't come out. And I remember I went to his house one day, and he was like, I'm not done with Tramp, but I'm doing something else in the meanwhile, and you'll learn about it soon enough. And finally, that day has come. Ghost Cage, issue number 1, has finally arrived on the stands. I have been so busy, I have not gotten a chance to finish reading it yet. I'm 5 pages in now. I was 3 pages in earlier today. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to be reading this book. But the art, the story, and the premise so far is really interesting, really incredible. He collaborated with Caleb Golnier, who is a writer. I remember he was writing some licensed books from IDW. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head. The colors, if the colors seem familiar, it's for the cover. It's the same colorist, Frank Martin Jr., one of my favorite colorists from East of West, and y'all will probably know him from King in Black and the issues of Venom that he was doing with Donny Cates, and was it Ryan Stegman? Ryan Stegman,
yeah.
Coloring. Okay, right on. I was like, I feel like it was Ryan Stegman, but especially if Nick has been a huge fan of anime culture, Japanese culture, and all that. I mean, especially like tokusatsu, anime, manga, and all that stuff. When he left, he gave me a bunch that I still have not completed going through yet. But what I like about what he does, and it just so happens that he's naturally interested in that stuff, because as much as manga and stuff is selling right now, and for him to be able to go in and do a book full of like just, you know, black and white manga style writing, sets him up in a position for people who are interested to really jump in. If you're already reading manga, you get to jump right into this story and not miss a beat and not feel like things are unfamiliar.
Yeah, it's like a nice transition.
A very nice and logical transition, especially from any of y'all who have seen his work in books like Fantastic Four that he did with Jonathan Hickman. Of course, East of West that he did with Jonathan Hickman. You can jump right into this and just fall into the world. It's super interesting. I can't wait to finish it and check it out and be able to give like a thorough review. But I have been waiting for new Nick Dragata storytelling for forever. And he did a few issues of like Batman Black and White, and he did a few other things for DC. And I know he did a little bit of work for Marvel. He did a really nice cover of Beta Ray Bill for Daniel Warren Johnson's run. But to have some new Nick Dragata, I can't tell you how excited I am, and hopefully y'all support this book too.
Yeah, no, definitely. I remember coming across that title, and I think you might have mentioned it in the Discord yesterday, or maybe it was earlier today. But yeah, no, definitely. Next time I go back, I'm going to look for that issue because I'm always looking for new indie books to read. As I trim down the fat on my list from the big two, I look for more indie stuff. I'm waiting on Pins and Needles for Firepower to come back. But yeah, no, I'll definitely have to check that out. Dude, I'm so ready for it, man. It's like I was talking about it to one of the people that work at my shop. I was like, dude, gotta get, because I got like it's the connecting cover set that the artist Kim Jung-gi is doing. He's a Korean artist.
Yeah, he's so good. He is so good.
It's phenomenal just to watch him draw it, because he doesn't do any pre-planned line work or anything. It's all just as he goes. He makes up whatever he does, and it becomes the picture.
That's like Kirby. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's incredible. So I'm waiting for that. Ghost Cage it is. I'm going to add that to the list. I'm going to look for that. There was another indie book that I forgot the title of it. I think it was set in like the Radiant Black.
Oh, is it Radiant Red?
No, not Radiant Red. It was a different one. It was a Radiant Sun. It's something with sun. It's set in New Orleans, though. I remember that it was set in New Orleans, so my
nice.
hometown. So I was like, okay, well, I gotta check that out. But I hadn't been able to find it, so I'm gonna be on the lookout for that. So
Yeah,
but yeah, man.
hopefully you're able to track that down.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, yeah, man, sounds like you got some fun books there. That the hotel and that one there, Ghost Cage, looked like a lot of fun. I was trying to look up a little stuff on it. It looked really interesting. I didn't know it was black and white on the inside, because I do read a good amount of manga, and all of that's pretty much black and white. So yeah, when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, that's a nice little segue if you're reading only manga and going into Western comics. That's awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah. Nice transition for people that are interested in comics, that are reading manga. And yeah, I mean, he's just such a great visual storyteller. And so often, we're the artists kind of hold up the medium these days, so to speak, with the exception of like a handful of writers, whether they're current writers or some of the writers of yesteryear who are still hanging around writing interesting stories that we like. But like so often with some current writers, they may be really good illustrators, and we talk about how we may like their lines or their scenes or some of their covers, but not all of them are masterful visual storytellers. And that's my favorite thing about Nick, is that he's a great visual storyteller. 3, 2, 1.
You missed it.
Yeah, but R.D.V is right back in time.
He's back. He made it back. Your computer got sabotaged, huh?
My computer's going the way of the brain.
Okay. Well, you don't look all cotton candy or anything.
Were you a victim of diabolical sabotage?
Sabotage.
Can anybody tell me what that's from?
No.
Bugs Bunny.
The classic, the king of cartoons.
What's that?
Wow, since I've watched Bugs Bunny.
I've watched some of the new stuff. The new stuff, it's all right.
You gotta watch stuff from the 40s.
Yeah, the classic. I still love. What's the one with the airplanes? It's like the World War II one. There's like the little goblin.
That's the one.
The best.
Marvin the Martian?
Not Marvin the Martian. No,
it's
the gremlin.
The gremlin
is sabotaging his plane, so he's a victim of diabolical sabotage.
Oh, okay. It's from that.
That's literally the right. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I knew it, and I didn't even know it.
That's right. That's how smart you are. So, Beck, I
was gonna say, I think what's happening with my computer is one of the fans died for blowing the hot air out, so I think it's overheating. So they open the door up and let some cold air in the room, so otherwise it doesn't like bake in here.
Let's find out. I want to see what back issue Breen has to show us.
All right, you're gonna like this, kids.
All right.
Oh wow, that's a big old back issue.
Wow, he got.
I was kidding Venkman about this, but I, in all seriousness, have to thank him because I have been looking for these. These were when EC basically. The comic book trials were basically to shut them down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they just took the other stuff with it, but so they weren't able to publish what they had been publishing for years. So one of the things they did successfully was concentrate on Mad Magazine, which ended up, being a monster hit for decades to come. But they started doing these magazines, and they called it Pictofiction. And there were 4 of them. They each had 2 issues, but the third ones were finished, but they were never published. Now, these are like one of them was Crime Illustrated, and here are.
So you got a box set. The ones I saw were loose.
Yeah. Here's the other 3.
Oh wow!
Outside form.
Yeah.
And I believe those are for the issues that didn't come out, but these publish. The third issues of all of these, and the way they tell the story is this is what they meant by Pictofiction, but
oh wow, okay.
And what they do is they basically there was some new stories, but some of them they reworked previous EC stories, just fleshed them out, gave them more more dialogue, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
But so this was Crime Illustrated. Here's their romance book.
Ooh. I joined a teenage gang.
Oh, check that. I sold my baby. Man, crazy. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
The scandal, the
Nice.
outrage.
There's Shock Illustrated.
Oh, wow.
And
I want that one.
That one, yeah. Look at that. Oh, wow.
I'm telling you, the box set retails for $1.50.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth every penny.
Ooh, I dig
Nice.
that. Wow.
These obviously, after the blood, guts, and gore of the original ECs, even though the themes were still there, they didn't show any of the violence.
Mm-hmm.
And they failed miserably, obviously only lasting 2 issues.
Yeah.
But I said, the whole time when I was collecting, I always wanted to find these, and I was never able to. I can't remember when the last time I actually saw one of the issues of these. I went on my comic shop. First one I looked up, they didn't have either one of them. I mean, they're not terribly expensive. Like mint, they're between $200 and $300. But since Mankey Poo is
But to say, you usually get some ice cubes on that computer.
Yeah.
That's awesome, though. I like I'd never seen one of the Picto fictions. That's really cool. So you're reading out everything, but then it shows you.
Yeah.
You have pictures that go along with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that very much reminds me of the format of like the Chandler novels, how Jim Steranko kind of had things set up, and it would be like the dialogue the literature along the top or the bottom, and then the illustration would be right there, and it was really clean and laid out exactly like those.
Now there's something I learned on the first page of the first one I read. The first story, these are all, I mean, I don't know if you've ever read any ECs. Skip, have you?
I haven't.
They were violent, gory, but at the end, the bad guys always got their comeuppance. It was always some kind of ironic twist that, gave them away, or like there was one where this guy has this fat wife and he decides he wants to do away with her. And he goes as far as to have his mistress get plastic surgery to look like a thin version of his wife, who he kills, hacks to pieces, and buries her in the backyard.
Oh, wow.
Well, he and his mistress, who now looks like his wife before she got fat, they go off to Niagara Falls for vacation, and they get on a game show. And the prize is $6,000, which the crew from the show is burying in the backyard where he buried his wife.
Oh,
wow.
So those are the kind of stories EC was famous for.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Wow. Dang.
The first story and the first one I read, the Crime Illustrated, this guy has a foolproof scheme to kill his wife and set up a friend as the fall guy. And it involves leaving a trail that he can follow because his friend's a private eye, and all the way to a book that he reads that outlines what the guy does, literally page by page. And he basically gets the guy to kill his wife because he makes the guy think that his wife is already dead.
Mm-hmm.
But when he sets it up to where the guy's supposed to show up and he's going to confront him, he's going to kill him. And well, he shoots blindly and ends up killing the guy's wife for him, who was an ex of his who he was still in love with. So but in the original story, the bad guy gets away with it. Well, a guy from EC Comics named Bernie Kriegston changed the ending to where the guy that engineered it all got his, and editorial wouldn't let him do it, so he quit.
Oh, wow.
Quit the company on the spot.
Yeah.
which was unusual because I said at EC Comics, the bad guys always got theirs.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a real famous story where this spaceman is traveling to another planet to check on the progress of its inhabitants. And this is like 1953 when the story was written. And it's a planet of robots, blue robots and orange robots. And he gets there and finds out that, and I can't remember the color exactly, it's one of the other, but one color of robots is treating the other class like second-class citizens, making them live in, terrible, like ghettos and whatnot. And basically it was a mirror image of America or anywhere in the world for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy said, the spaceman's going, why are you doing this? He goes, well, that's the way it's done. And he goes, well, we've moved past that. You're not ready, so you can't join our federation. We'll check back. And the last panel, the last couple panels, it shows the spaceman flying off. In the last panel, he pulls off his helmet and he's black. So 1953,
wow. Yeah,
that was very unusual. And
Yeah.
the EC was fine with it, but the people that did the printing said, "Oh, no, we can't do that." And William Gaines said, "Oh yeah, you will." So for all the shit that they, they for all the blood, guts, and gore, these guys were very progressive for their day. They had a message, and they were so much more intelligently written than any of the other horror comics or crime comics or suspense comics. They were so far ahead of the curve that honestly, in a lot of ways, the curve still hasn't caught up with what these guys were doing in the late 40s into the first half of the 50s.
wow.
So I said, I know I recommend a lot of stuff because, as some guys like to point out, no, I was not buying them new when they came out. But anybody that has a love of comics, period, owes it to themselves to read some of these. There's a book that I've shown on live streams. I think you guys might say that, Choke Gasp. Have you ever seen that?
I don't know if I have.
I don't think so.
Since
No.
I've got the screen, give me 1 second to go grab it and I'll show.
Sure.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, those are all the type of books that like interest me, especially from when we were doing like the Criminal Cast live streams.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, it gave me some Criminal Cast. I'm like I wonder if because he was showing like pictures of it. I was like, part of me is just like thinking, I wonder if that's where like Ed Brubaker kind of like got his first little taste of it, got inspired to do stuff like that, or like Nick Dragata, like you were talking. So yeah,
absolutely. Oh, okay.
All right.
This is basically
another EC book. Okay.
Yeah, it's EC Comics Greatest Hits, more or less.
Okay.
And here's some names that you'll recognize. Let's see. Al Feldstein, that name should be relatively familiar. Russ Heath, famous war artist. Graham Ingalls. But here's some of the Bernie Creekston, Harvey Kurtzman went on to do Mad. John Severin, Marie's brother. Joe Orlando, longtime DC editor. Alex Toth. Hal Williamson, and Wally Wood.
Wow.
I mean,
man, classics.
Yeah, the talent. I mean, like I said, it's now. This will give you this will give you or make you long for the for the non-wordiness of Brian Michael Bendis. but these, unlike Bendis, these stories actually have something to say.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, if you could find anything to knock about EC, it would be that they didn't take chances with their panel structures. It was pretty, 6-panel grids, pretty standard. With like a half splash page. Like I said, like the first page of you either get a full page or like 1 or 2 panels, but then the rest of it was pretty much 6-7 panels.
Yeah.
But like I said, these stories are timeless. and just fantastic. And I said, you'll, not to sound arrogant, because I had nothing to do with any of them, but if you read it, you'll thank me.
Hey, I've been thanking you for all of the recommendations so far. So
I was about to say, do you know how many books I've started reading because of you or E recommending titles? Like, haven't steered me wrong yet.
There's the books from that era. A lot of them are fun for their place in history. They're for a myriad of reasons, but these are legitimately good in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
I should say these are legitimately good in 1982. I'm not sure how much good there is in 2022 and let you go into like the indies like you guys are doing. But yeah, I said I can't recommend this stuff enough. And I said I gave Venkman shit about this, but I didn't know this existed a week ago. I told him, where I work, I said, can you order this? And we were able to get it within a week. And I didn't have time to read much yesterday, but I've almost finished the first issue, and it's damn, it's good.
I can't wait.
You always give me shit.
No, I was thanking you today.
I know.
He's actually saying nice things about you.
I know. I'm just teasing him.
Well, and that's what killed his computer. His computer killed itself preemptively.
It heard nice things and it said no.
It's like, this can't be real.
I actually ended up a little fan right here.
There you
go. There you go.
So I'm like, please work. Because if I can't get back on, I have another computer I can log on from, but it's in another part of the house. So it's like, I don't want to. I like my setup here.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So if I need to end it, I'm gonna quick run out there and oh crap, how do I log in?
No, I gotta tell you, Skip, and you've probably heard of this one, the famous severed head cover that shows the fat guy holding this woman's head by the hair, and he's got a bloody axe in his other hand, and you can see the rest of the woman's body on the ground.
Sounds familiar.
That it's been done. It's been homaged a bunch of times, but that was the one that basically when they were this poor Gaines had been up for like a day and a half, and they're grilling him. It looks like one of those old movies where they got the guy under the hot lights.
Yeah,
and they show him this cover and said, "Do you think this cover's in good taste?" And he goes, "Yes, I do." He goes, "How can you say that?" And he goes, "Well, we if it were in poor taste, you would be able to see her neck." And they said at that moment, that was when the trial was over and they were done.
Wow.
But when I sold my collection, I was actually smart enough to keep that one.
Nice.
And that's worth several thousand. But
shoot.
I only kept it because I liked the cover. It wasn't worth anywhere near that when I sold.
Mm-hmm. And that wise decision.
yeah, definitely. Sounds like it.
Well, EC's, now that you're aware of them, next time you go to your LCSs, ask them if they have any. I bet the answer will be no. I mean, you just cannot find those anymore.
Yeah, the only place that I know that has them, because I have seen them, but the only place that has them is like our high end, the really expensive one, the one that has like a chain of comics around Sacramento, but none of the other shops, like the main shops, the closest shops that I go to, none of the other ones have them.
Yeah, I'm pretty solid. I'm about 98% sure my LCS. I've just got the one here in Baton Rouge. I bet you they don't have one. Yes. There might be one in New Orleans that does, but I mean, that might be it though.
Skip, if you went to the Yule that laughs, I bet he doesn't have any.
All right. So it looks like Zach's already saying in the chat, he's like, "Yeah, see you guys next week."
I didn't say that. What are you talking about?
Well, my computer is blinking, so it's one of those not blinking, but
is it giving you warning signs?
It flashed, and I can't tell if it's me blinking or if it's my lights or if it's just the computer.
Twice if you're in danger.
So with that, being said, I hate to go. We got 10 people watching. That was awesome on a Thursday night.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Thanks,
for
Joe.
coming in.
Just stay until your computer blows up.
There you go.
Stay until my computer blows up.
Yeah.
Why not?
And if you're
Go out
here,
doing what you love.
that's right. That's how you do it.
Let me go grab my gun.
But yeah, no, you guys that are watching, or if you're watching this on the replay, definitely leave a comment. Let us know what you got. If you got something new, if you got some back issues, whatever you got, we'd be interested to hear. And if you love it, if you hate it, what your opinions are. Definitely want to have, and not just the four of us on the screen. We want to know what y'all are reading too, because it's always fun to hear people enjoying different.
Go find link right down below if you want to donate to us. Go ahead, awesome. With that being said, we're gonna end it right here because I don't know how long my creator's gonna last, and somehow I gotta read without Zach tomorrow and Maranya, with the puppet guys tomorrow. So check me on there. Let's see what's going on. Maybe Skip will join us.
Hold on, wait a second. How much cake can you eat?
I'm not even gonna be having cake. It's a dinner. It's a birthday dinner. I'm not gonna be having cake. It's at a restaurant.
Filet mignon. Filet mignon.
Oh, maybe.
He's at the restaurant.
Maybe.
When you get a free dessert with your dinner. Cake.
Clearly, you have people that like you in real life. How did you end up in our crew?
Seriously.
I was living in another city where I didn't know anybody for a year, so y'all got me.
We lucked up.
Exactly.
They all knew you. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to tell people. I said, people really like me till they meet me in person.
MK. No, a buddy of mine. His birthday is this weekend, so we're gonna go out and have dinner tomorrow night.
I mean, he's already threatened to come up here with Jerry, so they're gonna beat me up. Jerry's gonna drive away.
Enjoy these while you can. When you get to be my age, you don't celebrate birthdays. You go, oh fuck.
I'm gonna enjoy them as much as I can, because when I get to your age, you won't be around, and I'll be sad.
Yeah, I see.
Oh, dark.
I'm less than 6 weeks away from 60.
Wow. So, Breen, after you pass on, who's taking over your? After you pass on, who's taking on your spot on Wes's show?
Well, Skip's already does some, so I
passing the torch.
Question. Yes.
Who passes the torch on the fossils?
Well, tell you what, yesterday it looked like 10 little Indians. You went from 8 to 7 to 6 to 5 to 4. You hope none of it was health related and that they'll all be back next week. But
to be continued. And it's a cliffhanger. It keeps your viewers on the edge of their seats.
There you go. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining, everyone.
Yeah.
Have a good one. We'll see ya maybe next Tuesday and next Thursday on here, depending what you guys like.
Kids.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Check you later.
Bye, guys.
Enjoy your reads.